Trying to get the skin of your dream for a long time but can't get it in any way? On our website you have a unique opportunity to get your favorite knife. Users on our site can hand out skins themselves, and participants need to fulfill some simple conditions. For example, watch a video or buy a case on our website. After that, you automatically become a member of the distribution. Go to the user giveaways tab and do what you like. Hellcase.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the CCT here. Good morning, good evening, whatever the day may be for you. My name is Achiro here, joined by Freddy, to be taking a look on down to CCT 8 out here for the opening Swiss stages. How are we doing here, Freddy?
Doing pretty good. We've had some fun CCT action so far. Yesterday we had all the overtimes, all the third maps, all the craziness that ensures always in CCT. It was very good fun, and today we've got some very exciting games, so we can put up the schedule and take a look at what we've got on the board today.
Yeah, let's jump straight into it. We got starting off with Permitta versus Young Ninjas. We're back to Permitta after they just managed to make semifinals out there for CCT 7. We are jumping into things out here for CCT 8, and I feel like they're straight up ready to just go again into the playoffs, right? They're moving as quickly as possible. They want to find themselves after that 3-0 again, and Young Ninjas, they also managed to best Preezy to get up to this point in time here. So it's going to be exciting to see what they're going to be bringing to the table too. After that, we're having Cyberstroke versus Eyeballers, Space versus Endpoint, and Aurora Youngblood versus Illuminar. How are you feeling about this veto out here today? The teams that were fighting, any offsets, you think?
As in, sorry, what?
Upsets. Do you think we'll find any upsets?
I mean, like, I don't think we've got any teams that are, like, outright supposed to... I think, like, if Illuminar won, I think that'd be a bit of an upset. Both Space and Endpoint have been both playing really badly. Eyeballers have actually been playing a lot better recently. They played really well against Zero Tenacity last night in ESO Challenger. I think they've been on like more of an upward trajectory. So I think Cyberstroke should be winning that, but there's not the biggest surprise if Eyeballers win. I think that'll be a close game. Permitta Young Ninjas, a lot of people would probably put this as quite a one-sided game because of Permitta's recent results and also the lack of knowledge for Young Ninjas and also their performance in Hell Cup 10, pretty much the only source of information we have to go off by after the player break. But I think this game will be ending up a lot closer than people would think.
Okay. Well, we'll delve in deeper as to why you think that. But first up, let's check out the rosters here for Permitta. Taking a look on down to, again, the guys that have had a lot of grinding as of the past couple of months, especially down there on Ancient and Nuke. We're taking a look on down to Beanox, Mask, Spavak, Tomiko, and Mary. And hey, we finally got ourselves a icon here for Spavak as well, so that's very nice to see. And speaking of the Oppers here, Spavac has been looking great as of late. In his recent performances, however, especially up against Sangal and 9, definitely could have been asked to do a little bit more, but Mass definitely pulled the reins on that one as the IGL started fragging out as well. Beanox always the consistent player out here, and Tomiko and Mary just good pillar supports here for the core roster of the Pulse. I've really been enjoying seeing Permitta, but they've really had their ups and downs. I don't feel like they're as stable as they perhaps used to be a couple of weeks ago. Now I feel like they're way more just dependent on the day. So if today's going to be a good one for them, I can definitely see them take the stage out here up against the Young Ninjas.
I mean, I don't really know if they've ever had like consistency a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago would have been towards the player break. And I think like they're probably in their best form they've ever been as like an organization. And I think like they're looking really sharp. I'm really impressed with what Beanox is providing. And I think it was Mast in that in the quarterfinal game against Bait that was just like sensational. But having results like a win over BC Game, a win over 9, Amiga, Bait, like those are some pretty impressive results to be doing all of them in a 2-0 manner. And I think their luck just run out against Sangal, which not the most surprising thing in the world. I think I think Sangal are probably one of the best structured teams at this level, and the fact that they're winning so much is just it just makes sense. And I think Permitta, that would have been an insane result from my perspective if they were able to win. But a semi-final run, very impressive. They've also made the playoffs of Hellcase Cup 10.
So they're playing that later today. So, like, you know, they've got some pretty good form recently.
I think they'll be continuing into this series.
Yeah, well, let's hope they are going to do that, especially up against that Sangal game. They had a bit of a rougher start on Mirage, 13-1, so that's kind of what also didn't let them start up as strong as they usually do.
But on the other side of the river here, Freddy, you were talking before the game actually before the pre-game actually started a little bit about Young Ninjas. So run me through a couple of players we have to watch out for. Who do you think is going to take up the stage today for the Academy squad?
I mean, Jakob's insane. He's always been really, really good. As soon as I first saw him on the Prodigy of Sweden, and they were playing, like, that roster played together actually for quite a while, and it's one of those rosters where I wish it actually stayed together. Like, I wish they were able to be picked up, or something like that. But I mean, like, obviously Jakob's gone on to bigger and better things, but I miss TVS. I think him and Casper Sky bring so much aggression and energy, and also just pure raw ability. You also see them being very pragmatic around the map. If we get Anubis, we're going to see Casper Sky fighting Connector on the T side. We're going to be seeing Jakob pushing Canals on the CT side. So you have these very active riflers, and then kind of like Blue Phoenix and Mistim to maybe anchor them. Silence and Orpa is a weird one for me. I like him. However, he misses a lot of shots, and that was something that I was noting of him years ago when he was playing on 7 AM in the UK scene. And now he has really good positioning, he has really good reactions and movement. I think that was something that he did lack a little bit of that way back when he was like 15, right? But now I think he's looking really good. It's just sometimes he just misses these absolute sitters, and it costs them rounds. So that's kind of where I'd look at him to improve. But I think Mistim and Blue Phoenix are also fantastic. Mistim's got so much experience. Young Ninjas, unfortunately though, not getting loads of invites because their main team play a lot of the events, and also not being able to field a full roster on numerous occasions because some of their players have been pulled up to the main roster. Very similar to Monty Gen in both aspects. And I think in one part, it's very frustrating that this team has not been able to get off as quickly, right? Because they've always been having to play in the main team. But it's also fantastic the likes of Casper Sky, Blue Phoenix have specifically been able to play with the main team in the likes of Pro League.
Well, we're going to be looking forward to see their performances out here with the young squad as well for the academy. But until we get to do that here, Freddy, let's take a look on down to the map, Veto. And I will not lie to you, I have not really done my homework too much on Young Ninjas, so I will ask for your expertise again once we go in-game. I'm really curious as to how you were mentioning Silence coming up into this one. Is he a bit more of a reactive op, or is he more aggressive if he takes a lot of these fights and doesn't actually connect on a lot of shots, as you were mentioning before, and maybe he will now? But let's go through the veto real quickly, and we'll be talking about that too. Inferno does 2 banned away immediately. Not really too many surprises out here. Not the greatest of maps for Permitta on Dust, even though they've played it 12 times.
Then we head on over to Vertigo and Nuke. Interesting map veto so far, but again, nothing too wild. We are going to be starting with things off with Vertigo for NIP's best map here. Not for NIP's, but for Young Ninja's best map on the map pool so far. Then we go on over to Nuke, which is a very played map out here for Permitta. And overall, this is a great veto, I would say, for Permitta, as the decider is going to be Ancient if we get there with a 56% win rate in 25 maps played. It is their most played map right now besides Mirage, and well, the polls should be very happy with this, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I mean, Permitta have got good success on Ancient against teams like Bait and Amiga, so and Nine. So like when we specifically look at the semi-final run, this map was utilized.
Vertigo, I think, is gonna be looking pretty. Is gonna be looking pretty good for
NIP. I think I saw them against Talon, and they're really crap. They basically lost to MHL, dropping like 30-8 or something like that. It was a ridiculous score and kind of a ridiculous game from MHL, which you'd expect on the Talon roster, but not to that degree. That definitely took me by surprise. And I was talking to their coach afterwards, and it's like sometimes they just kind of lose that energy, and like they lose momentum and get quite sloppy. And it's something I kind of noticed a little bit at the end of the first map, and then it went into Vertigo for NIP. So I guess now what I'd be focusing on is if they can continue playing like they know they can, and if they don't weave in and out of inconsistency, because I think that could be the biggest issue when you don't have loads of practice, you don't have loads of officials under your belt, and you are playing against these pretty decent teams. But Vertigo, I think, should be a pretty good map for NIP. Not only are they good on it, but their opponents definitely do struggle.
Okay, well, after that being said, I would like to take a look on down to Nuke, because Permitta are picking into it after having lost against Sangal in that semi-final run. And Nuke is an interesting one for Permitta, because they have played it quite a bunch of times, but they're also looking down at it, and it's kind of just, we win once, we lose once. We win once, we lose once. So they are going to be going into this Nuke very confident, but at the same time, as of recent history, they've lost against Parivision, they've lost against Sangal onto it. They have won against BC Game in an overtime and against K27 in the Hellcase Cup. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they're going to be able to start up Nuke after that Vertigo. The pace change is definitely going to be felt, especially coming in from the side of Young Ninjas, I feel. And I feel like that's exactly why they're kind of picking into it. They had a couple of options to go around, but I feel like this is one of the better ones, even though Mirage wasn't banned away, and they could have gone for that. They didn't at the very beginning. And then that Ancient, if we get there, Freddy, should be an exciting one as well. Young Ninjas played it once before onto HLTV, and they did manage to win against Breezy 13-6. So that is going to be looking decently interesting as well. But we do have information out here for from production that one player is having a couple of problems with a cross. We know it's been a common issue as of late, so we are going to go quickly into a break, I think, Freddy, and we're going to be right back when the issue gets resolved. Shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll be jumping straight into Vertigo, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay. A bit of an extended entry into this one, a bit of a delay, but now it's all okay. Acros has been fixed, and we are ready to get into this best of 3 here in the morning here, Freddy. Permitta versus Young Ninjas.
Well, we're almost ready.
Almost. Tackle pause off the bat, but, you know. Happens.
Fair bit of utility on the T side. We have Smoke Mollo from Blue Phoenix, and then Smoke Flash Flash from Mistum.
Okay.
Permitta, there's an issue.
I mean, we do know that after the recent Acros updates, there have been a couple of issues, but now it seems not to be an Acros problem. It seems to be a bit of a server problem. But
It's
should be
resolved.
getting straight back into it, yeah. I don't know if we're lucky or unlucky here at the beginning of the day.
What do you mean?
With the Acros issue, having to reinstall it, and now with a couple of servers issues, but they're getting fixed quickly. So I don't know if we're getting all the problems out of the way at the beginning of the day, or if this is going to be a continuing thing. Hopefully not.
I would hope not. But we're live. We're going into the first round. It's a 1-0 map. Whoever wins this will go 2-0. Whoever loses this, 1-1. And Silence, that is a fantastic opening kill. Utility primed. Flashbangs are perfect. Silence leading the way, doing everything, clearing the space. And now it's going to allow for the rest of his teammates to come through and clean up. Casper Sky as well. Really nice lurk towards middle. Very easy pistol round for Young Ninjas.
And Silence made that round easy. He was just taking spear point precision. He was going all in, aggressiveness to the point. And I really like it out here from Young Ninjas. I hope we'll get to see this pace time and time again from them, because it's definitely taken Permitta by surprise here. And you got to see it, Spavak, the only one really able to find anything down there towards the back of the site. And yet still, the rotation was quick from Permitta. I mean, they immediately went back for it. This is going to be an ace stack with 4 MP9s and the 5.7. Now, I have seen Mast make this call before. Linus, LNZ, is a guy that also makes this call quite a lot as of recent. We got to see it out there into CCT number 7. So hopefully we'll get to see more of it. These MP9s can definitely deal some damage. MP5 out here from Mistum, and an MP7 from Blue Phoenix. We're getting to see all the SMGs here today.
Collecting them like infinity stones. I like this type of play though from Permitta, because if you lose, they go B, you just save. And you just bring everything into the next round. And if they go A, you win the round. Well, you probably win the round.
You have big chances to, yeah.
But yeah, so Permitta now just going to be hard saving as Young Ninjas went towards the B bomb site. You said that Mars likes to call this. Maybe the anti-strat's coming out early on for the Spray XD. He's done his research potentially of what they do in second rounds after they lose pistol.
Perhaps. They did have that tackle timeout at the very beginning of the game.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Sure, but, you know. 2-0 off on the bat here. Permitta don't lose a player. Young Ninjas only take damage from the bomb. Unicorn round, you might say, where no one even sees the other side. We go into the third here, Freddy. MP9 still on the play, and do you think we'll get to see another one of those stacks, or are we gonna get to see the default now? Mast just wanted to kind of spread out. It's a round where they can afford to lose all of their guns. They're gonna have a full buy into the next either way, and they would like to win this one either way. So let's see how they go about it. Yeah, okay, it is the default. Be expected.
Good early damage on Casper Sky. Nice nade in middle.
That information early. Look at the stack coming through from Young Ninjas. However, this nade could be prepped, but there is no nade for Permitta. Beanox thought that was an incendiary in hand. It's actually a smoke to lay on over for the push, and here comes the fight. It's going to be Beanox find the first one. MP5 picked up, and the spray connects onto him as well. Traded on out into the bomb site we go, and look at the pushes coming in from the CT side. However, to no avail, as the MP9 is going to be able to spray down Yokab. It's a 2v2 with Spavak in the middle of the site. Finds Silence and Blue Phoenix to make this one a 2v1. X-Kaspersky now left in a 1v2, Mac 10 in hand, low HP onto Mari, but he's all the way in middle, needs to fight through this 1v1 with Spavak first. The Poles not playing together right now. I love this flank coming in from Mari, however, it's very loud. The tap coming through from X-Kaspersky. Flash on the site. Taps it twice. Spavak wants to go on in, and beautiful communication coming through from Permitta wins them the bonus by round out here with the MP9, saves away a Galil and an MP7, and Permitta put themselves up on the board early.
Honestly, that was a really nice 2 versus 4. I think Spavak plays it perfectly, where Mari takes the first contact on Heaven and allows Spavak to walk through the smokes that were placed by the city side previously, kind of on the left side of the site. And he just gets in behind them. They completely are blindsided. They don't anticipate him to be there whatsoever. In that confusion, Young Ninjas, they get trumped on the bonus round of Permitta. So you see a lot of money going into this round. That's why we've got the York being pulled out. And Spavak, bearing down A, not going to be finding anything. And I don't think Young Ninjas are going to give him anything either.
Go flat on it here. Mid control has been taken. Kaspersky finds himself off onto Mari. Tomiko, if he wants to push onto this one, it would be really dangerous. However, they would have loved to find a trade. This is good seeing early on from that last round for Permitta, because that means that communication is sky high right now. Their morale should be looking good as well. It's the first game of the day. They're looking to try their best to win it, of course. And we're getting to see another B-sided push coming through from the Academy side. Silence taking the spear again, and that is going to be Beanox starting off the fight out here onto Blue Phoenix, looking in for the second, in through the full flash, still manages to find Silence. Looking on down to white boxes, can he find the third without reloading? Not fully, missed him, falls down to 18, wants to peek in at the same time. However, Beanox is having a stronghold over that B-bomb side, finds himself off of the triple. Kaspersky comes in through middle, makes this one a 2v2, and speaking of 2v2s, we've seen them before coming out of Permitta, just that last round. Bomb in the middle of the side, Yokab in a really tough position, still finds one, looks in for the second, clean headshot on the first, runs out of bullets, and yet still Tomiko's gonna find him in the 1v1. Permitta find 2 back-to-back.
Honestly, impressive that we even get to have Jakob in a 1 versus 1 in that situation. I think that was a fantastic hold from Beanox. Very poor trading. They kind of allow him to peek in and out and get those individual frags. So Young Ninjas losing 2 rounds back-to-back, pretty much just because they died to a B anchor. There's not masses else to say about that one. Beanox just had a fantastic round. And even though X-Kaspersky and Jakob did try their hardest, probably the 2 young gun riflers of this roster, the 2 people you'd want in a clutch, but it was too much for them, and it's going to be a full eco now for the Academy side.
Not really too much to say about this one. Good damage coming in from the Glock. Silence actually manages to win out a duel against masked long range with a Glock. And, well, with that, they were wanting to push Mari down as well. Tomiko's going to come to clean up, and that is going to be a quick 3rd round here for Permitta in a row. So, some momentum being gathered out here by the Polish side. Of course, as to be expected to be able to convert that round. And now Young Ninjas into another full buy. Utility looking decent, not the greatest, but again, prioritizing those AKs is going to be the main idea. MP9 is a Spavak, trying to save up for that AWP once again. Money's looking good for the CT side, and we're heading into round number 6 with Permitta still going in for their default, but changing it up a little bit. They would have had at least a player down middle by now. They're going to have 3 checking into the B-bomb side early. Leaving one out to connector. Spavak probably wanting to be able to rotate around fast, but they're not going to need it because the read was on point. Missed him in Blue Phoenix. going to be falling down early into the round here. Man advantage already taken, and Young Ninjas are just not able to trade for now. Spavax still manages to find a 1-for-1, and in Mast, well, the IGL is going to be more than happy to try to close this round out.
Permitta are dismantling them. This is a very assertive opening few rounds, especially on a map like Vertigo, where we know Permitta are not too hot on, and you should be favoring Young Ninjas. And oh my god, that round got a little bit
Blown to
tentative.
pieces.
Luckily, the grenade comes through. Ex-Casper Sky falls to the HE, and I think if he didn't, that would have got genuinely quite scary. But Young Ninjas, like, this really should be a map they're winning, and if they don't win this, well, then the series over 2-0, straight up. Like, this is a must-win map for them, and I'm quite surprised at how poor these first early defaults have been, and how like they've just kind of been dismantled by individuals towards A or towards B.
I still think it's a bit too early to tell. Casper Sky has had a good opening game already. He's finding that impact even if he's by himself, so I definitely do think that the Young Ninjas can still trudge through even if they lose the round after this one. But the Tech 9 rush is not actually going to be that big of a rush. They will be able to take down the IGL. Beanox already on the flank is going to be able to take down the main threat for now. And yeah, I mean, the game already looking kind of Permitta's way, but I don't know if that's going to hold on for a while. It should, in theory. Nice frag there at the end for Tomiko as well. And it is 5-2 out here for the Polish side as we head into another full buy round. Spavac already second op of the game, even though he has died with the first time around. But as to be expected, the economy gain going strong out here for Permitta after winning 5 in a row. And Young Ninjas on a maxed out loss bonus finally gets Silence on the AWP as well. I did want to ask you, how do you feel like Silence usually plays with that AWP? Is he a bit more reactive? Is he passive aggressive?
It's quite passive. I think on the T side, see him holding more angles. On the CT side, moving around, but not at the forefront, kind of more as a supportive. However, round's over. Tomiko just kills 2 players towards the B bomb site. Firstly, great supportive flashbang by Beanox. He sets them up for an absolute sitter on the first kill, and then we have this attempted trade, I think, from Mistem. But yeah, no, like, it was still then held for by 2 players. Permitta, I'd be very surprised if they lose out this round. Silence's AWP, he's holding very passively and hasn't been really given anything just yet. And now he's just going to get smoked off. So this AWP looking fairly futile for now. Oh, that's a very nice nade in the smoke. Mari forced out because of that Molotov. They knew he was there because he dropped the smoke. However, Barbecue, he's now here with his AWP. He's going to keep it just into a very heavy advantage for Permitta. Jakob should be traded by the Sandbags player. Ooh, Mast. Maybe has missed his opportunity there. But it's all looking fine. Yeah, Mast initiates, and Permitta, that got a little bit, again, there was senses of a scare, but it was all fine.
Senses, but nothing too big. Again, these flash setup coming in for Tomiko, also the great crosshair placement kind of just secures the round off the bat. And yes, we do get to see a little bit of life being breathed into the round out here by the Young Ninja squad, especially with Yokab actually pushing in. Very little, but still there. And again, they weren't checking their sandbags position. They were just trying to get in there, try to get something out of the round, especially down 3v5. So right now, the tackle pause, I definitely felt like it was needed. Good thing they called it out. Let's see if it is going to be making a difference, however. Spray XD needs to find a bit of a counter strat up against what Permitta are doing right now, because the default is just working. Permitta don't really have to change up much. They're leaving the rotate player to kind of just choose his site in most of these rounds. And for now, they've been hitting almost every single read. Mast is having a good time trying to be aggressive. A lot of space taking out here for Permitta as well. They're not static into a lot of these rounds. And Beanox again into this Tech 9 eco coming through from Young Ninjas is going to be able to find the first blood, and maybe even more than that, as he's gonna be looking down on the bomb as well. The nades are coming in like artillery. And Permitta just overall having the upper hand here. Oh,
That's a big kill from Blue Phoenix.
it is. The
And also
SMG.
now, Jakob in middle, he could be working this. They need to be careful because look, there's been a pretty big rotation from Permitta. They've left Mask completely alone on the A bomb site. Mari's rotated in towards middle. Beanox has support with the AWP on B. So Permitta, I think they've run into this one pretty perfectly. The one thing that can unravel the round is if Mari either leaves mid like
She
this,
just did. Yep.
and we have Jakob being able to perform. Beanox caught with utility. He's let them scale. Here comes the pistols. Beanox only go for the first, but Mari swoops in the nick of time.
Oh.
And with just above 30 HP combined, I think this round's over. And yeah, good utility. Bomb will get planted, but that will be it.
Yeah, but still a big round out here for Blue Phoenix. On a Mac 10, he manages to find 3. Big kill bonuses coming through as well, and they get the bomb down. In for an eco, I'd say that is a very successful one. They managed to make all of their objectives happen, make the round close, and force out casualties here for Permitta. They do save away the AWP, good util onto the next round too, but again, cash really isn't an issue for the CT side. It's 7-2. Young Ninjas need to start up putting rounds on the board, otherwise, as you were saying a couple of rounds ago here, Freddy, it could be map over off the beginning of the first half here for the Young Ninjas.
This is looking really rough. Maybe Permitta in more of a form than I realized.
I mean, they were in an amazing form, especially in that bait game, and they just kept it up. They had a they had a bad day up against Sangal. I would say is definitely a bad start, especially on that Mirage, 13-1. But I'd be glad to see their resurgence away from that game. I hope it doesn't phase them. Ooh, however, that might phase them into this round. Missed them already. Opening kill onto Spavak. No more AWP in play here for Permitta. They've taken mid-control a little bit. As the second one is going to fall down as well. The IGL will be trying to trade. Masked just goes back to A here. B control completely taken by Young Ninjas. However, they're not going in that direction. Full read by Masked again. The mid-round calls coming in from him have been pretty damn on point. And Jakob, is he going to fall here? No, he's not. He finds Masked as well. And finally, we see a very dominating round coming through from the Young Ninjas, but it might still be taking a turn, as you do get to see Beanox and Mari doubling each other out here, and they're going straight into the Lion's Den. Okay, taking out these fights might have not been the best of calls, but they still made it very close.
I think that was a pretty good call, actually, to crunch. Would have been preferable if Mast hadn't died, but I think they made a good gamble read. Like, Young Ninjas, they get both of the opening kills in the middle, reset towards A, which on the face of it is a really nice play, and it would normally mean that Permitta are have like 2A or 1A or whatever like that, and they have no map control, so Young Ninjas react really nicely in this round, but Permitta also read into them, and that gets very dangerous. And I think taking the element of surprise and fighting them in ramp was the best option. But it just came down to the numbers game, and
Yeah.
Young Ninjas a walking billboard for the buddy system in that previous round. But that was a perfect round for Young Ninjas, and they're actually going to try go for something similar. They found success, and
look at
they've
mid.
got out middle without Spavak realizing. Now a pop and a burst onto the B bomb site. Beanox blindsided, only good for the first.
Now the rotate coming in through connector. Kaspersky has to deny here. Let's see if he's going to be able to. Tomiko, a little damage there onto the nade, and that's going to be the flanker gone and dealt with as well. Mari finds him, makes this one an even 3v3. However, the position out here is just amazing for Young Ninjas. Down to Generator though. You see Mast trying to push on up, doesn't check his behind, and he is going to fall to Kaspersky. Mast taken on down. Mari forced to save, and this is the round again for Young Ninjas. So they managed to put 2 back-to-back here. After the success of the last one, they kind of just managed to find that mid-push, take Spavak down right under his nose, and put up the 4th on the board.
Honestly, no idea how Spavak allowed them to come up middle.
I think it was just a timing thing.
Yeah, he must have scoped in or come forward like after they'd got around the corner or whatnot, and then when you're in that AWP, you can lose your peripherals, right?
Yeah.
You're very focused on what's in front of you. And,
I wonder if he was double scoped in that one, because it would make a
if
lot
he
of sense
was,
for him.
I would be very surprised.
Yeah, but otherwise he should have been able to see them.
You wouldn't see them if he's underneath. Like, I think they played it really nicely.
They did.
Even though Mari does catch off the lurk, and even though Jakob maybe had a bit of a slower performance, like the rest of the team, but ex-Casper Sky, great triple entry. Great round.
I mean, yeah.
Permitta, they don't have great money. It should be a 7 to 5 half, and all of a sudden, this is looking like a very decent half for Young Ninjas after we were kind of already reading their funeral note.
We were starting to go off on that, yeah, but again, Casper Sky has had a great opening at the beginning of this map, and now he's continuing to show up, so I think that is an amazing asset here for the Young Ninjas, and Beanox has to deny this. He's going to be fully blindsided. Silence finds himself on a great flash, and here, talking about the flashes, the entries are great. Tomiko tries to trade, and yet still, Blue Phoenix stays alive on 1 HP. The MP9 from Spavak down to Generator, going to be looking for an extra casualty. Molotov on the back there, and it is still going to be Spavak being able to trade him out, clean him up, and AWP coming through from White Box is going to be looking in to try to make this 2v2 viable. A minute left on the clock, more than enough. Even try to play this one backwards, and look at Masked Cole here. He wants to go back towards connector, try to play for that A side as well. They do not have any information here, but Young Ninjas have 0 util. Maybe they don't even need it, however. Spavak still on this MP9, trying to hold down to the side. He needs to find the 1v2, and he's backing away. They're actually making the A call here. Spotted one out. Spavak, did he not see him?
I think he has. That's why he's called Masked Over as well now.
Okay. There we go. Making noise. Mast is definitely going to be caught off guard here. The push coming in from Casper Sky is great, and he manages to find a second to close out this round. 7 to 5 split. And some might say Permitta kind of dropped the ball towards the later side of this first half.
Still, though, a very good half considering that you lost the pistol round as well. Like, Young Ninjas, majority of their success came from those first 2 rounds. Permitta played really well, and even that round, like, I kind of thought they were looking like they were going to win it with their really fast rotations and how they were not allowing any space onto the bomb site, but Silence, that kind of AWP kill he got to put them into 2 as a 2, that was massive. That was probably the most impactful kill in the round. But that looks really good from Permitta. Unfortunate they can't put it over the line, and Young Ninjas now a lifeline to hold on to as they go into the city side of Vertigo.
Permitta, conga line down on stairwell. Let's see them try to connect on this B bomb site. It is going to be a retake situation possibly here for Young Ninjas. They might just want to go in for a couple of lucky shots until the whole cavalry arrives, and Beanox is going to be the first one to find blood out here on the B bomb site again. Bomb planted immediately. Permitta at least securing themselves the 4 spot into the next. Young Ninjas, let's see what they can do with these dualies. No defuse kit out here for the CT, so they have to be quick if they really want to try this, and they have nothing to lose. So here comes the flash, and here comes the kills. Yocap is going to find 1 in the second, looking in for the 3rd. Can he go in for the jump? Of course he can! He finds a flying knife! And Mask denies the entry out here to the side, but it's still a huge round here for Yocap. Silence still trying to go for it. He has the time here. He's going to tap away. Mary knows he has to play with a timer. Block in hand, and they've won the round here, but yet still, that got way too close for comfort, and huge money coming through from the flying knife.
What a bizarre round from Jakob. That was... I don't think I've ever seen that before. I mean, firstly, just great shots as well. He has loads of money. Even though they lost, he's going to have A1S and a flash. Don't see that every day on a second round buy for a city side that's lost the round.
Yeah.
But Silence hit his armor as well, so he's going to be able to buy a FMS with his 2 kills. Unfortunate pistol round for Young Ninjas, even though they had heroics. Permitta get the opening kill, and realistically, look, when that opening kill comes in on Blue Phoenix, it's never going to be looking too great. And speaking of Jakob, he's already been felled with that A1S. Their hero in this round is no more. I think the rest of the team will be following in pursuit very shortly. That is a nice kill from Silence, though.
Let's see Mr. in the smoke getting cleared out here by Tomiko. The flash is great though from Blue Phoenix. The timing is amazing. Missed him. Finds himself on two. The Galil wants to clean on up. Casper Sky perhaps looking for the A1S in the sandbags. It's not there, my friend. And the smoke is going to be going on out 2v2. Blue Phoenix going out to big. Nari checking in behind. And this A-side fight might just get postponed out here by Permitta. Mass again has had some great mid-round calls, but let's see it here on the T side. Is he going to change his mind? 55 whole seconds on the clock, more than enough, but this is going to be giving the opportunity to Blue Phoenix to go pick up some dropped weaponry if they do decide to change the sights. However, don't think that's going to be the plan. At least not for now.
Oh, well, they're going B, potentially. Bombs lean that way. Maybe they're just clearing the flank, but no, they're going towards B. 30 seconds left.
Young Ninjas, they're not re-aggressing or taking any map control. See, they're playing very passively, trying to hopefully have Casper Sky have them both just walk in front of him, but
because of them not taking any of that control, only until now, it's a bit too late. The gig is up. Permitta, bomb being planted on this B bomb site. They've still got counter utility to work with. Smoke and molos and flashes. Blue Phoenix charging his way in with that 5-7. Casper Sky has picked up the A1S. He's going to have to clutch up with it. This is not going to be easy, especially with no kit. With Permitta both just tucked. 5 HP is all Mast has. But he just has to survive, and yeah, Casper Sky, he has no time, and he realizes he's probably not going to win this retake, so he's going to go over and save that A1S. A very weird round, and a round only made possible because of a very nice double from Mistem.
Now, a very nice double from Mistem indeed. Coming through into this round, the A1S at least saved. I do wonder, though, they had, I mean, we did get to see enough cash out there to buy up the A1S, the full armor, and the flash. Perhaps if you went in for a FAMAS or for the MP9 instead and had a diffuse kit, because that was an issue down on the pistol round. Now, I'm not going to be dumb and say that they should have had 100% the diffuse kit on the pistol round. Maybe they should, but that's fine. But out here into that round, if they had it, the retake attempt could have been dealt with, could have been done. So
would you rather an MP9 and a kit than a USB?
than an A1S?
I mean, maybe not true, but still.
Especially second round when the weaponry isn't great. And speaking of this A1S, Casper Sky definitely should have been getting that second. I'm pretty sure he saw B-Nox, but still.
The trigger discipline, yeah. Wanted to see more.
Get the frag and missed him now.
No armor.
I wouldn't be against him trying to save this. I'll be honest.
He has nowhere to
he's
run,
gonna fall.
Stuck in the corner there into the site. Lost away the A1S. Gonna even be picked up by Tomiko or Beanox here on the Galils. And the upgraded pistol is just gonna try their luck to see if they can find some damage control towards the end of the round. As Permitta will be finding themselves over to double digits already on their enemy's map pick. So for the Poles, it's looking great out here. They're only 3 away from ending their beginning map of Vertigo here. And yeah, I mean, overall, it was a great start for Young Ninjas in the first half. They won the pistol. They slowed down 7 rounds in a row. Permitta managed to just really read into them and have a lot of great plays. And now, speaking of damage control, Mari, I think he is going to fall
Mari's
here.
dead.
Yeah. Oh, he wouldn't have been.
He would have been dead. The reason why he didn't take damage because he jumped off the map, so he extended the distance between him and the bomb.
Oh. Yes, indeed.
And Permitta now, looking very good. 10-5. Young Ninjas, they do have the AWP out on silence. They have their first full buy. They need to start showing up here. Silence, starting with his AWP aggressive towards A ramp. He's not going to be finding anything just yet, but they are playing close by. Silence has to perform in this round.
Let's see if he's going to be able to. He's going to get his chance at the very least. Beanox already trying to push in a little bit. Perhaps preparing for the boost as well. Just trying to spot anyone out to get a little bit of information. As Permitta, that's exactly what they want. An opening towards either of these extremities. The player down on middle playing very passively. The nades dealing some good damage onto Blue Phoenix. Single player util being invested down there onto the B-bomb site, as it's a pretty straightforward fake. Permitta getting ready to send their men into ramp here. Yokab needs to deny. Let's see how many Jakob can find. That's going to be the double in from coming in from Jakob. He shuts down the IGL and the Opper. Scopeless now. Speaking of scopes, Silence moving down there for Ivy. Don't think he's going to try to peek on in, but perhaps he could find a cheeky kill out here on either of these players. 20 seconds remaining to plant. Permitta need to get a move on. They realize this. They're setting up the exec. Still need to check in behind though. Connector smoke laid on down. Beanox down to 18. Checks on down to short. Spots that one in the smoke. Sprays him down. Casper Sky dead in the dust. Missed him. Coming in from Catwalk is going to be able to find one. Time running away. The bomb is not going to be planted. Not enough time. And the round is going to be won by the Young Ninjas.
That's a big kill from Silence. Beanox, no economy going into this next round, really. That was... even though there was like 20 seconds left for Permitta, there was no utility to deny for Young Ninjas. And I could have very much seen both the player on short and the player on catwalk instantly dying. And we see ourselves in this like 2 versus 3 advantage for Permitta. But overall, the fact that Jakob gets 2 there is disgusting. Silence gets flashed off the angle, they clear Jakob, he gets 2, and from there, they just get their momentum stinted. And now, their own grenades are making them die. Jakob, looking for another multi-frag, won't just claim it, but this force buy has not really led to any success in round 17.
So, okay, we're still getting to see Tomiko trying to breathe again a little bit of life into this round. Casper Sky, I like the flank. The golden coil should be able to find Mary, and it does. And that basically puts an end to the round. However, Tomiko, of course, is going to be trying out his luck for the 1v3 clutch. And while he's going to be doing that, moving up to ladder, going to have a good time trying to head on over to that B-bomb site. I will remind you guys really quickly to go on over to our partners at Hellcase. Use code CCT for 10% bonus on your first few deposits, as well as you still have time to join in the giveaway. I think today might just be the last day, however, I might be wrong on that. So definitely be sure to check them out. But remember, buying up cases, opening them up, it's still a form of gambling, so be responsible with your money, please. And do not do it if you are under 18. 30 seconds left in the round. Look at this flank around coming in from Tomiko. He finds the spray and the spray control. Manages to find himself off onto the double and makes this round very, very possible right now. As Permitta are putting all of their trust on a very reliable player indeed. Tomiko down to half HP. Plays down to sandbags. Is he gonna keep the position? Yes, he is. Checks on down to the site. Timing is everything, but he has no information where Casper Sky could be at. Crosses in over to heaven. Oh, there it is. Casper Sky finds itself off to the kill. Wins out the round. But still, very nice attempt coming through from Tomiko.
That was scary. Tomiko makes that work. He catches them off guard pretty much with the perfect... Oh, he can't find the AWP. Ooh, the AWP does not be retrieved. That's actually a massive hindrance to this round. They do still get it out. Oh, yeah, Blue Phoenix, like... Oh, okay, they had enough money, just about. But that's a very expensive repurchase, though. So you can see it's come at the cost of both Mistum's utility, Silence's utility. Luckily for them, they are up against an eco, even though the bomb went down and permitted to get 4 kills and have made the economy very uneasy for Young Ninjas. They had to take this eco. Only 1 armor on Tomiko, the hero of that previous round. That was That got very scary for Young Ninjas, especially considering they got all these opening kills. It was like a 4 versus 2, 5 versus 2 type deal. And with Jakob overextending first towards ramp, they give Permitta time to reset and they capitalize.
It was a very good flank coming through from Tomiko as well, but that was last round. Let's check this one. Speaking of Yocab, he is going to get headshotted, not before he takes down the general. A1S picked up in here for short. Mista needs to check his watch though, because right now it's going to be another push coming through. And Beanox is going to be able to pick up that golden coil from the ground. Tomiko already felled. And, well, missed him. Going in aggressive here. Might just lose his life if he's not careful. However, the shadow advantage saves the day out here for the South African. And Mistem finds himself off onto a trick into this round for the Young Ninjas. Only a single casualty on the CT side, and we go 10-8 here, Freddy. Very nice little comeback out here, mini comeback already from the Young Ninja side. Do you think they'll be able to equalize?
This is probably the big round to dictate it. Hasn't been looking up and down. I think this is the round where it'll give me belief. If Young Ninjas win this, then yeah, okay, I start to believe. Now, it's going to be a big change of pace as well for the CT side. They're starting 3 players towards the B-bomb side.
Silence as well with his AWP towards middle. They're trying to crunch time here. Beanox though, surviving, and it'd be no way should Beanox get a kill. I was gonna say, if Beanox gets a kill and no one trades him, God, that would be bad. With only 1 player on the A-bomb site, it's missed him towards headshot, and I wouldn't be surprised if Permitta potentially are gonna be able to read into the fact that the A-bomb site is somewhat vacant soon, because ex-Casper Sky getting that kill. Is he normally the A player?
Usually
no, he's
I
not.
think he wasn't, no.
No, he's not. Never mind. I was going to say that could be a giveaway. But he actually just pushes forward, and they never revealed there were 3 players here. So now rotations can go around towards A. This is a perfect round played by the Young Ninjas.
It is already took them down. 50 seconds though. We have seen upsets before in these 3v5 situations. Permitta, they've got some heavy shooters still left alive. However, 2 of the most informed players right now, Tomiko and Beanox, have been taken down. And speaking of informed, that is great from Spavak. Finds a headshot to miss them. Coming through though, again, Mast is going to fall. Spavak, the next one up on the list. And the last one is going to be Mari. Young Ninjas, again, great round coming into this one. And I think it's breathing enough hope in for the equalization out here for both of us, hasn't it? I think we do believe in the 10-10 scoreline now, Freddy. And Young Ninjas should be able to easily take this one through. And it's going to be really interesting to see from that point onwards what's going to happen. Both teams are going to be in minefield territory. Every round is extremely important to blow up in your face. Oh, there you go.
Ooh, that's a nice deke shot from Beanox. Blue Phoenix should have got a double there. Really good flashbangs. Supported by ex-Casper Sky, but Beanox does have the rifle. Oh, that's a cool little boost. Yeah, so I guess it's for default, and I guess that works as well. Ex-Casper Sky, though, not anticipated. He doubles down. Mari left alive with the Deagle. Around that, actually legitimately was looking dangerous for a moment because of Beanox. Unfortunately, does not work out for Permitta. And ex-Casper Sky, he's got 2 KD right now. He's playing some solid Counter-Strike.
He is indeed. He had the early game and now into the second half as well. He's still pulling through big time. I like what I'm seeing. Missed him. A1S on the ground. Blue Phoenix is going to invest as well, and this is the full buy as well coming through from Permitta. I like to see the util, especially down there on Tomiko. He invests into the Galil. And into round number 21 we go. Whoever wins this one, momentum definitely going to be going on their side. However, there is still great economy coming through for the Young Ninja squad. So even if they don't find themselves 11 in round number 21,
they should still be able to put up a great fight following up. Let's see how things are going to work this time around, though. Again, the stairwell aggression coming through from Permitta has been a constant for their T side, and it's worked out this time. Blue Phoenix oversteps his boundary there a little bit. Doesn't know where the enemy actually pushed in with that smoke. Gonna be losing out the man advantage. However, the nades traded on back on a good amount of HP. And now they're heading on over back to the A side. This double sandbag position, though, for the Young Ninjas, it can actually get quite scary. Especially if the utility is going to be coming through early.
They have a smoke on Mistem, and he can drop the smoke and also play his life, and...
Yes.
Or, sorry, Jakob plays his life, and then Mistem goes out and just dies or tries to get 1-for-1, but they might not even clear this with utility.
Oh.
They're holding for it. Now, Mistem initiates. Only good for that first, but they're never going to expect Jakob. He has the bomb in front of him as well. He drops that, sends them into disarray. They have no idea what's just hit them. Spavak does get one frag before he falls, but Jakob, so tall, so mighty he stands. 4 kills from sandbags. This kid is the future.
Beautiful. Beautiful coming in from Jakob. Finds that quad kill, wins out the round, and yes, they played it perfectly out here on sandbags. They didn't get cleared with any utility, and even if they did, he just would have played in that smoke. However, it's worked out great for the Young Ninja squad. He manages to completely find all of the frags needed on that one, and they were all banking on him for that round, so the fact that he pulls through that big is absolutely huge here for the Young Ninja squad, and that could even get them across the line here to the map point. It's gonna be a bit of a forced out eco with 2 Galils in play and some Tech 9s. But they're probably gonna stay in the lead here.
The half buy with some extra layers of resistance. And that is a massive, massive round for Young Ninjas to be winning. Like, that type of round is such a big confidence round. Especially when you have 3 versus 4, kind of always in disadvantage, like massive confidence round. Now, execute on the B bomb site. Blue Phoenix has struggled on this site and will do so again. Only 1 kill and doesn't survive. That's going to be the more important factor over aggressive Jakob. He had a great round the previous, but now he gives up the advantage for Young Ninjas.
And the extra flare on the half-buy does prove to be very useful. Tomica with that Galil finds off 1. Now, Casper Sky wants to push on in. Here comes the boost. Now he spots them. However, doesn't start shooting and spraying. Spavak is going to fall. 3v3 remaining. There are diffuse kits out here for everybody from the side of Young Ninjas. And there they go. They want to hold it down, but it's only going to be a fake out. Casper Sky finds 2 as well. And all that's left is going to be Mary. He can't spray this one away. He missed them. Is going to be able to defuse. And that is going to be the 12s on the board for the Young Ninjas. Great retake coming through out here from the Academy.
What a weird round. I actually don't know how Young Ninjas have won that. That 3 versus 4 retake, I was not looking hopeful personally. I thought that was all Permitta. I thought they were going to give Young Ninjas this taste of success and then go in and then end up winning out Vertigo. But Young Ninjas on their map pick have had a very triumphant comeback in the later part of this series, of this map, you know, both on the first half
and also in this second half, stringing quite a few rounds together. And ex-Casper Sky, I mean, what more can he do? And he might have to do a lot more,
because he's going to have to rotate in from... Well, he's already on sandbags. Ooh, they might not clear him. They've already killed 2, and he hasn't reacted. He hasn't swung out. They might not use their 1... So, yes, they've got 2 Molotovs left. One's been used. They might not use their final Molotov for sandbags. Now they know where he is. It's a game of survival. Good nade, but with that Molo, there's no support of a smoke, because the only smoke is on Blue Phoenix, and he's very far away. Maybe ex-Casper Sky pulled the trigger a little bit too early on that peak, and Permitta now with a 3 versus 2. are able to scale up onto this A bomb site, Clash of the Orbs. And that's a clash that dictated pretty much how, if we were going to nuke or if we're going to continue.
And it looks like we're continuing, but the buy is still going to come through from the Young Ninjas. So one more round, Permitta. They need this one to take us into OT. Otherwise, Young Ninjas could still send us into nuke. And this is already like the second or third round. Permitta lose out their positional advantage and almost their whole round just because they're not able to fully clear out sandbags. Because they never expect it. Young Ninjas, they've kind of used that trump card enough times now, but I still think that they're going to be using it later down the line. It's definitely something that has worked, and I'm going to try to keep making it work. But now, their default's still here. Beanox early in, going to be losing out his life.
Only the flanker though. Permitta, main threat coming down on ramp. The boost is here, missed him.
The stool, Yokab being the turret. Let's see how many can find.
It's his time to shine once more, reaching for glory. Tomiko, first to fall. Molotov to suppress anyone pushing forward. That's a big frag onto Mari. That's the bomb as well. Wait, what? That's round over. So easy and so clinical. Young Ninjas. It took 24 rounds. They had to come back all the way. And they go on to that second map with the advantage, led by their two youngsters that I was hyping up, Jakob and Casper Sky, the rifle duo. That is so fierce.
Beautiful game out here from the Young Ninja squad. I mean, at the beginning, it was looking like a 7-5 split. Permitta managed to find 7 rounds in a row as well. They were looking really, really good. And then that second half just hit differently out here for the Young Ninja squad. Even though double digits was secured by Permitta way earlier than anticipated, right? It was something like a 10-5, 10-6. And Young Ninjas just managed to go back-to-back almost every single time. So many of those sandbag players as well, really saving the day. Yokab, Casper Sky, they just really show a great game out here on the first map, on their own map pick. And now we're going to be heading into Nuke. Any expectations for that one, Freddy?
I think Permitta will be pretty annoyed they lost that map, and especially a lot of those last few rounds. Like, we saw the retake on the B-bomb site, we saw Jakob gain the multi-frag from sandbags. I wouldn't be completely surprised if we are gonna not have a mental reset from Permitta, but this is their map pick. And we've never seen Young Ninjas on this map. I might go take a look at ESEA in the break, but I think this has the scope to go to 3 maps, and I still think it will. But if Young Ninjas can start strong on the second map and just continue the momentum, then you know what, a 2-0 is possible. Again, never really seen them on Nuke.
Yeah, if Casper Sky plays just the same way he did out here on Vertigo, then the early game for Nuke could be a very big decider for this best of 3. But until then, we're going to be jumping into a 10-minute break, and when we're back, we'll be seeing how Nuke is going to be played out, and if we're going to get to see that Ancient as well, so stay tuned.
Are you sick of just opening cases? Join the events. At each event, you can find special cases from which tokens fall. Tokens are your ticket into a world of unique awards. For tokens, you can buy a skin, premium, or special balance. Try your luck in the skin generator. Also, you can leave your tokens at the token vault, and the more tokens you keep, the better skin you'll get. Add variety to opening cases with Hellcase.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try Skin Place. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. Skin Place.
Ten-5 down, Permitta, they had the lead. They'd won the second pistol round. They were just pretty much looking very dominant. However, they let it slip through their fingers. This probably would have been a 2-0 if Permitta had won Vertigo, but now it looks like a third map is shaping up as Young Ninjas. Nuke isn't exactly their favorite map, and with Permitta, it's their map pick. I think we should be seeing Permitta show some sort of driving force going into this map.
100%. Nuke is their own map pick. It is a map that coordination is very much needed on. And again, the young team right now doesn't have as much experience as perhaps the individuals do. I think Miston has a great amount of experience, Blue Phoenix as well coming into it. But I still feel like as a unit, they can still have their time to actually work together and communicate. So coming down onto Nuke is definitely going to be a challenge. However, with the way that Casper Sky has been looking, Yocab as well, I feel like they definitely have a good shot at trying to start off early into this game, into this map, and try to actually just keep up that advantage until the very end of Nuke. So possibility, a slight possibility of a 2-0 is still here. However, yes, a third map is going to be probably the outcome that we'll still get to see. But until we get into that third map, we're out here, Nuke, it is going to be very interesting to see how Permitta also start off onto the game. As far as individuals go out here for Permitta, was there anyone that kind of took your eyes here into the first map, Freddy?
I mean, Beanox was fantastic on the Bianca.
I think he's starting to really prove himself recently with just being like just really quite good. He's had this kind of like new resurgence that I think he's always been a decent player, but especially recently, probably aligning with the fact that Permitta are doing better, he's been doing very well. In general, I think for both sides, neither team's AWP excited me that much. There was the odd frag here or there, but maybe on a map like Vertigo, you can rationalize that it's not necessarily the AWP's fault, as it is quite hard to.
It's very hard to succeed with an AWPer, and I think we saw Spavik get like he tried to go mid, like, you know, he was changing up how he was playing, and then I think it was like he went middle one round, just instantly died on T side, on the CT side, and it's like, he tried to be a bit dynamic, but it didn't really work. I think the AWPers are going to be a big difference maker coming into this series, and Beanox this map specifically. Beanox needs the likes of Tomiko and Mari to step up, because I think Jakob and Casper Sky was kind of outshining everybody, and they were pretty much the main reason why a lot of those last rounds were won.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. There were a bunch of moments where Casper Sky kind of took it onto himself to really win a lot of those rounds, especially in the early games. But let's move straight into Nuke. Brandon was really saying that Beanox is a slept-on player, and we're seeing why right now. He's definitely pulling through. I would say to you, though, Freddy, do not take Mast out of the equation here for the rifle. He has been really, really nice, especially in the latest few games that he's played. and I'm looking forward to see his performance come right back up to par again. Spavak, yes, I feel like he can still show us more. I used to hold him in a pretty high regard as far as Polish shoppers go, especially the young ones. And Silence, you've been saying he's quite passive on the AWP. I think that's going to help him out here onto Nuke. So let's just see how things go. Pistol rounds starting off out here into the second map of this best of 3 with Blue Phoenix holding down on ramp. Let's see Permitta try to inch their way forward out here.
A lot of space being taken towards ramp. Permitta. Issue is they've got this ramp control, but they haven't been able to get a frag on the player that was Hell or the ramp player. So now going to be going back towards A. Maybe if they'd got a kill on ramp, they would have accelerated, or Hell, they would have accelerated in that direction. But Young Ninjas have read this, missed him. You can see he's gone up heaven, still checking for behind, but they know this is probably going to be an A hit. 4 players on this bomb site. Silence takes the first contact with the dual Berettas, and now the crossfire alive. Young Ninjas hitting everything, and Permitta full on this A bomb site.
3 bullets, 3 kills. YoCab just makes it look damn easy. They walk into his crosshair, and Mass is the last man standing on 1v4. Soon to die as well. There you go. Headshots connecting for Mistem 2. And Young Ninja's very happy with this outcome. Pistol round's gonna be won. And let's see this early game, baby. Let's see if they're able to capitalize and keep it going after this. Gonna be the big test indeed. And it's going to be a nice litmus test as well for Permitta to see how they're feeling onto Nuke today. They're going in for the force buy. Tech-9s are being brought out, even though we didn't get to see a bomb plant. So, a bit ambitious coming out here from the Polish side, but maybe they feel like it's needed. Again, kind of the same approach coming through from Permitta, trying to get a little bit of information out here down towards ramp. I feel like they will be pushing out with a flash, trying to take Blue Phoenix down. He doesn't have any counter util, so he just has to play the red box here. And how many will he be able to find? That's going to be 2 already with the A1S. Needs to reload, however, still left alive, down to half HP. Silence going to help him out, and this is going to be the round out here for Young Ninjas, shutting the Tech-9s down right at the entrance of ramp. However, Tomico is going to be able to actually pick up this rifle. Casper Sky already on the flank. And you've got Mistem running away from Hell into Heaven, trying to get into a better position down on 11 HP. This round is actually not over yet.
Yeah, maybe you spoke a bit too soon.
Maybe.
Mistem's created some space. He's gone up Heaven. Gonna be holding for the gap underneath, but look, on 11 HP, like, if they are able to clear him effectively, there's a free path onto the A-bomb site. They know about Casper Sky. They'd probably imagine he is in lobby. That would be the read, I would imagine. And I'd love to be able to see what's happening over in Heaven right now. As exhilarating this is, seeing Jakob jiggle down from B. Oh, we almost got it.
We did get to see that they were passing unnoticed, and
Mistem
now they have to go.
seems to, yeah, he made some noise, and
That's kind of what I mean. The MAC-10 takes it by surprise. 7 seconds. Bomb can be denied. Casper Sky will.
Oh.
It costs him his life, but
it'll win the round out for Young Ninjas. A lot closer than they would have wanted. And I think because of that, and because this saved A1S, we might just see Permitta go in for a repurchase.
And that was a great fake out from the MP9 as well there in the end. He jumps in the middle of the site thinking that he's going to be going all the way around trying to flank them into the side before the bomb actually goes down, and instead he just backs away, fakes, and manages to kill the bomb planter. So round 1, Young Ninjas managed to put up the second on the board here, and Permitta still going for this force buy, right? They have to. That last round got very close. They saved away an A1S. Galil is still there out here for Spavak. So it's going to be a very intense early game out here for Permitta, until they manage to put a round on the board. Oh, and that's a great start. Jakob already dead down towards the A side. It's going to be an all-out brawl. Tomico finds Casper Sky too, looking down on Heaven. It's going to be the bomb plant already coming through. Young Ninjas needing to coming together. They're waiting on Mistem to actually find something towards Mini. It's only going to be Mass there though. Tomico
Picks up the rifle from the ground as well. A1 is secured. The Young Ninjas, could they be calling for a save here? I think they immediately will, yeah.
Don't completely blame them. Positions have been revealed on that Heaven retake. There's only one kit on Mistem. In a disadvantage and having no economy because you only save one player in the last round, Permitta, this repurchase and the pop onto the A bomb site is fatal. They put their first round on the board. Young Ninjas though, these save 3 rifles will be able to now drop to Jakob and Casper Sky. So we are still going to have a buyout for Young Ninjas, but we just got to make sure that these rounds, like, look, the A bomb site can't fall like that. And also, when it's maybe a little bit closer, like it's coming towards the end, like a 4 versus 2, you can't have it go to a 1 versus 1. That type of scenario can't happen. But Permitta looking to find the upper foot now early on this T side.
They have been slithering their way across though to the flank. We've saw them well, these past 2 rounds actually manage to find these positions where Young Ninjas kind of dropped the ball a little bit because they had to keep a track of so many angles. And now we're into a new round, a new time out here with a force buy coming through for the CT side. Remember that last run for Permitta was a force buy too, so the fact that it worked out is going to be amazing. And Beanox, he had the time there to try to take down Casper Sky. However, the MP9 is going to come out through big time, and Silence will be traded. And Yokab still keeps on going. Spavak, the next one to fall, and it's down to the 2v4 again that we were talking about. And still, Permitta have to go and try this. Oh, that's tough. Mari should have been able to get that frag. However, Tomico doesn't expect a second to be there, and that is going to be the end. Young Ninjas bring it straight on back, even though they lost the last round.
Very necessary for that round to be going in favor of Young Ninjas. Permitta, I think... Ooh, I'm not a huge fan of this purchase, because, look, I think Beanox has money to buy into it, but no one else really has. But... what's their loss bonus like? Is it single loss? I think they'd have...
it's double.
2,400 loss bonus the next round.
Yes.
Like, a save, an eco wouldn't be a bad idea. You know, it's... you don't necessarily have to throw caution to the wind, and especially if they lose this, derailing themselves very early on. But for Young Ninjas, I honestly, do they even expect this to be a buy? I personally wouldn't. So even though they've just won a really good round there, they need to have their wits about them.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Mast has called a force buy every single round so far. They've always had something to work with. If not rifles, then Tech 9s, a little bit of utility, something there every single time out here onto the T side of Nuke. So, I wonder if this is going to be a constant or not for Mast. He's trying new things out. And it could catch Young Ninjas by surprise, but already the utility gets spotted, so surely Young Ninjas know. They bought into this one. AK falls up first, and Casper Sky finds the double out here in front of Hut. That is going to be already kind of ending off the round. Oh, spotted again, and the second player falls just like the first one did. Yokab is just cleaning up house here, and this is a dreadful round for Permitta.
I like this name, Yokab. It's like, yo, bro, let's get in the cab.
Yo, cab, pull over.
Yeah, just put him out on the street and
yell his name out.
Walking bill, yeah, just a walking billboard. They're like, oh, it's a Yokab.
Damn.
But Young Ninjas, this is a really assertive round. X Casper Sky, look how aggressive he's getting, and then the bait and switch as well, replacing them with fresh faces. Permitta now finally on Nico, and this is kind of what I was mentioning of if they lost that previous round, it throws them into a very difficult position where they have no economy, and it's also getting a little bit later on in this half where we haven't yet seen a proper full buyout for Permitta, and Young Ninjas are starting to stabilize themselves a little bit. 5-1 should be on the cards. And then you win that gun round, and you're like, what, 7-1, give or take? Operatively thinking, winning the low buy as well. So like, Young Ninjas all of a sudden on a map where they aren't too comfortable on, haven't played too much on, are doing well on the city side, and that was the minimum they need to do for now. So it's like, how far can they take it?
And that's what we were mentioning back into the pregame before this map started, right? If Casper Sky and Yokab still manage to play this well as they did in map number 1, they're 8-2 right now. They've got great kills, great just a map presence. They're looking great overall. So the early game checks out for Young Ninjas. I think it'll be able to continue, even just having this 4-round lead over Permitta right now is just propelling them forwards leagues above what their expectancies for map number 2 was going to be, starting up into this one. I'm sure Spray XD is happy right now looking at this. So let's just see Young Ninjas attempt to be.
Like, I can just hear him in my head. I can just hear him go, oh, I'm actually not going to try and replicate his accent. But I can just hear him, like, especially when they took a tactical pause on Vertigo. I just imagine, like, it was a bad tactical. It was one of those tactical pauses you take when it's like, okay, it's not going too well. And I was like, I can just hear him in my head. But over-aggression from Mistem, not necessary. Luckily, Jakob is there to be able to trade him. And Permitta, I mean, to be fair to them, quite unfortunate. They just get spammed 2 people through smoke. So, sure, this round, you know, the last 2 players get cleaned up, but the opening kills were just straight through smoke. So Young Ninjas, they actually get away with murder in that round.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to mention it there, the fact that we already start off the round and 1 kill goes through outside. I was like, okay, maybe they're able to bounce back from that, but then the second one came down on Squeaky, another smoke kill, and it's just, I don't know if to call it unfortunate for Permitta or just very well timed out here for Young Ninjas. They managed to find those kills. Tech9 Rush comes down onto the A side this time. Finally, we get to see some aggression from Permitta, and it does work out. Yokab is going to fall down first. Casper Sky is going to be forced to fall after a trade as well. Opening nade out here, connects the shot onto the soon-to-be bomb planter. Mass finds a trade, but oh, we find so many kills into this round, so many trades as well. Silence is gonna fall, and all that's left is a 1v1 that Mistem finds through the smoke again. Smoke menaces out here for Young Ninjas.
It's the smokes, man. It's the smokes. Young Ninjas, smoke criminal. Stewie 2K, where are you, dude? But no, that was a ropey round and a half. It gets saved by pretty much individual brilliance, right? Like, this is again Permitta finding a weakness, I think, on this map, and that's the fast plays. Young Ninjas, probably because they're not too great on this map, they're not too well versed on playing, like, you know, what to do when a fast play comes in, like, not too well versed on the reactions. I think that's a fair thing to imagine is the case, but now in these like defaults they can still capitalize. Like, you know, everyone knows how to play Nuke, and they are looking a little bit individual, but it's working out. And Mistem, I did critique him in the last round for over-aggressing in the last gun round when they did advantage, but there he over-aggresses, and he also is able to spot out the 3rd player outside on Silo, confirms there's no one here. He's playing this perfectly. Like, he just has to survive, and he wins out the round. Permitta now forced to make a reaction elsewhere on the map, and Beanox shall get caught off guard because of that.
It was a nice attempt coming through from Beanox. I think that Mistem also played it really well outside. Don't think he wanted to over-aggress in that turn, but he found the opening through the smoke with that nade, and he just decided, you know what, they're going to think I'm going to back away, I'm doubling down, I'm going for it, and it really did pay off. Now, Tomiko just trying his luck right now to keep the gun alive, keep this round just controlled in the economical department as well. The more extra frags he can find, the better. But right now, main objective is definitely going to be to save away these 2 AKs into round number 10, because they're running out of time here. It's already going to be 8-1 here, Freddy, for the Young Ninja squad, and they're already a map up, so Permitta cannot afford to make any other mistakes. They need 3 in a row to at least have a chance to come back.
I mean, like, they probably could make it work with 3. If they get the pistol round, but we saw them on Vertigo get the pistol round and then lose the lose. But I guess it's a little bit different being on It's a little bit different being on Nuke than Vertigo. You know, you do have the side favor to think about. But Young Ninjas, they're just looking so clean. And with these save rifles, Permitta, they're going to purchase up around them once again. And that round just finished instantly because of Mistem swinging outside and getting 2 kills. You know, like he just nades a smoke and then pushes red. It's not special. Yeah. It's actually a really simple play. It's just default play. And that pretty much wins out the round completely. And also, we can claim him as a UK player, which I'm pretty sure he lives in London.
Okay, but... Have you seen him in any lands out there in
I've never met him. I think he's carried me in the odd pug here or there. But I've never met Gareth. One day.
One day.
Ooh, that is a
Over-aggressive.
bit over-aggressive.
Yeah.
I rate this so much from Jakob.
Oh.
Okay, sorry, this is actually exactly
What I was critiquing them for last time I watched them on Anubis, where they were looking really good, and like I actually think I called it a piss take at time, where I was like what are they trying to, like, you know, it's way too aggressive, doing the exact same things pretty much with the aggression. That right there is a prime example. Like, I rate it, I love it, but like
It doesn't always work.
no, like if that works 2 out of 10 times.
Yeah, it's
that-
already worked once out here exactly where Mary is. Back before it was Yokap and Casper
Well,
Sky
it's very
again.
different though. Very
Yeah.
different. And this round's still gonna be one, of course. Oh no, Permitta though, walking in the A stag, missed him. He didn't have to swing that. As soon as he swings that and dies, it now enables Permitta to go down this fence. Spavik actually gets tagged through the wall with the AWP, but I think still it's gonna have to be a save.
A save? Why a save? Look at how much cash they've got. It's already down towards the end of the half. I think they go for this. They have nothing to lose.
2
really.
more rounds left.
Yeah, but 10k in the bank for
Just
Mistin,
making-
11k for Yokab.
Money comes and goes. No AWP as well. Money comes. Oh, I think they've actively chosen to pick up the AK. I think like saving here, it just comes down to, like, there's 2 rounds left. Like, Seaside's economy is very
Finicky.
yeah, that's one way to put it. And I think 7k is not the worst thing. Also, taking out a weapon like this and this is really massive. That would have been such a big kill onto B-Nuts, because then they would have been absolutely dirt broke.
Okay, yeah. So, the post plant works still in favor, actually, of Young Ninjas, you could say. It's 8-2, not that big of a difference from 8-1. We go into round number 11, penultimate round of the first half here. AWP, of course, going to be reinvested. And, yeah, this round could have gone very differently if we didn't get to see that over-aggress at the beginning from Casper Sky and from Yokab. But you know what? Not the worst outcome. They have the advantage. They're going to try their luck. They need to have their bit of fun as well, right? At the end of the day, why not? And speaking of being there broke out here for a minute. Ooh, that's going to be quite the tough day to take here, being honest. And we were pretty convinced, actually, that we would see Permitta play so much better out here onto their own map pick. Again, the game's not done, far from it. They can still attempt a comeback, especially if they manage to find these next 2 rounds and maybe even the pistol. But as far as the first half goes, the CT set for Young Ninjas is looking very, very sharp. I like it. Still experimental too. But 50 seconds preparing in for the exec. Should be pretty straightforward out here from Permitta. However, the push from Mistem works again.
Demon, man. He's such a demon outside. That's like 4 times he's pushed middle and it's pretty much won them the round. Bomb dropped indoor. Permitta blindsided.
Wow.
Mari just no idea what to do right now. And Young Ninjas, I think how they're playing Nuke is that they don't know how to, and they're just letting the individuals play. And I'm not gonna lie, I think they're just playing off vibes and feels, and it's working out so well.
Nuke, the new Pug map, the new Mirage. Let's go.
Nuke is a great map, but anyone who says otherwise is just objectively wrong.
Okay. It's a great map, for me at least to cast. To play, it's because I've been struggling to actually find consistent teammates to do that with. But yes, especially for these teams, the communication's working great, especially when you have a good vibe going. Nuke is just one of those maps where if things start working, they just do. And you get to see that in bucket loads right now for Young Ninjas. 9-2. We're going into the last round of the first half. And I feel like I've just seen Force by Simulator out here for Permitta. Because they've been forced onto that role. Isn't it?
Not again, no.
Not
Don't give him
again.
another opening kill, man. Like, Mistim's being fed. I think he dies here, though. I think he dies. They're gonna spam him. Yeah. How is he alive? Okay. I think he had to try and, like, run away, but I guess he was kind of baiting in for Jakob. And now, look, there's still another player in Garage. There's still ex-Casper Sky peeking out from A main. Permitta, everyone was outside. Young Ninjas reads that perfectly. Because, look, the reason why ex-Casper Sky is able to take so much this fight is because Permitta have never really pestered towards door. They've only ever walked out hard in situations like this where they have a disadvantage and they're trying to reclaim space. So ex-Casper Sky is completely happy just to sit in main and fight outside because he's never been tested from door. And in this round, it is no different. Mari, the bomb is down in secret. This is going to have to be some clutch, and he is being held for from every single different angle. 10-2, confirmed by Blue Phoenix. What a map!
What a map indeed, and it's also looking a little bit like Permitta. I wouldn't say they're getting tilted, but no crossing util there. They had so much in the bank. They realized the information was out for them that they were trying to push outside. Again, they were going in for their usual, like, push down to secret. They already knew there was a player there. They take down Mistim here on a 1-for-1. It's an even 4v4, and yet still they realize the smokes are away. They still had flashes and not even a single peek to clear for Mini, nor for Heaven. They just went for it and got completely wiped. So, yeah, I don't know here, Freddy. Permitta looking way weaker than anticipated on their own map pick. It's 10-2 after a 7-5 split on Vertigo for the first half. And Young Ninjas, if they take the pistol here, they just end off the game. That's it.
Guys, this is a pretty good result for Young Ninjas. 2-0 in the main Swiss. Actually not bad. Mika though. Good position with the Dual Brothers. An even better trade from Blue Phoenix. An attempted rotations from Spavok.
And
They heard him and he's fallen back and oh, this is actually cool. They've forced him back. So now they go back towards the A bomb site. There's only 2 players here because Phoenix has been forced down towards B as well. Oh, come on guys. Let's get out. Let's get some entry path things. Finally, now they will. Mast flies away. But Spavok comes in and wins out the duel. Blue Phoenix, 1 versus 3. Finds the first. They're both standing on top of each other. It's the buddy system, but he still might be able to isolate these duels. Needs to hit a shot. They're closing the distance. And Beanox saves the day at the final hurdle.
He does save it. 2 out of 2 pistol rounds here. Well, 2 out of 4 actually, I think. For the entirety of the best of 3, Permitta managed to pick up their first one on this map. And overall, I don't know, this game is just reminding me of the Sangal game for Permitta. They had an okay-ish start, and then they really just dropped the ball. Young Ninjas had so much momentum, so many rounds back-to-back, that Permitta just never found that moment to break it, to break the momentum, to break their fall. And even as they have right now, taken up onto the pistol, I still think we'll get to see some weird shenanigans coming through from Young Ninjas to just be getting them straight back on track. You've got the AK, you've got the Galil, it's the force bind, they're going down ramp, something's gonna happen here, Freddy.
I think they just need to keep the vibes up. That's exactly what's going to happen. Just running towards ramp. However, Great rotation from Permitta. 2 players over towards Hell, forced back by the Molotov. A bit of damage on both, and Spavik actually gets peaked, but he will get the frag. He'll win out on that duel. Next Casper Sky. It's a good attempt, but he leads Young Ninjas into a man disadvantage.
AK still up though. Full body armor and everything. Got 2 flashes and a smoke remaining for that B site entry. If they really wanted to go for it. Need to clear Atomico first though, and Mari is out here on the peel. And on the first contact too. Tough call out here for the Young Ninja squad. What do they do? What do they do? Best case forward. Move up to Hell, see what you can find. Tomiko, the timing here. Oh my goodness, he looks away at the perfect moment for Tomiko to push in. That's timing all right. Manages to find 2, shuts them all down. Round over and dusted with. And it's going to be looking like a flawless one too out here from Permitta. Seconds. Oh, Yokab needs to be really careful not to die after time right now. Mast is searching for him outside.
I think Mr. Jacob will be fine.
There it is. It will be.
I have really high hopes for this guy. He like on Prodigy's Sweden. He's just so good. I'm really sad that they didn't just get signed to a roster. I thought like him and TVS were just fantastic players. TVS also gone to
Capital Bar, right? No.
He's gone to Bravado.
Which is really exciting for him. I'm very excited for Tim. We can claim him as a UKCS player as well.
You can claim everyone.
They've
been to the
LAN.
UK.
He's been to a UK LAN.
Ooh.
Yeah, he played for Royals. That's how. Yeah. He's got some tenure with us. Yeah. I mean, I think this was definitely a bigger thing for Jakob to go into,
And I know TVS was put into the conversation for the AWP in this team. Silence obviously came out. I personally would have gone TVS over Silence, but I think Silence, like, he's shown potential. Like, he's really good. I think sometimes he just slips up, and that, like, he just misses some of those absolute sitters, and he's sometimes been quite inconsistent. But I think everyone on this Young Ninja side can be like a really good player. Miston's already showed it, to be fair. Like, he's gone to the RMRs, he's gone to pro leagues. He's played at top level in NA. Like, he showed it. I think it's time now for pretty much everyone else to show it. It's a perfect platform for the likes of Jakob and Casper Sky, and really Silence, I guess, as well. Honestly, Blue thinks well. Like,
He's barely got any experience for the fact he's like 23, 22. I think this is probably like the first. This would be the biggest team, I think, for all of these guys. Apart from Mystic.
Yeah, and it's crazy also to think that, you know, so many talents came in from Young Ninjas that...
Oh, what a flash.
Oh my goodness, that's an entry.
not
Wait a
what
moment.
jewel.
Casper Sky
Oh.
gonna go down as well into the full buy here, and they're just gonna fall one by one. The domino effect is coming through big time for Permitta. It's working out. They're just pushing them down. Blue Phoenix down to half HP as well. Silence kind of forced to save away that AK. Blue Phoenix, it's a 2v5 at this point in time. Take this as a French tackle timeout. Just try to stay alive as much as you can. And look at the flank around coming down on lobby too. It's going to crunch Blue Phoenix down. Tomiko could be able to find him. However, Beanox is going to find him first. This is a flawless round coming through from Permitta. It is a big heads up, and this can get them back in the game here, Freddy.
That was a pretty poor round from Young Ninjas. Great setup play. You know, I like how that round was supposed to go. Just went really badly. Ineffective entry routing in towards main, even though the flashbang was pretty good. That was the first gun round going in favor of Permitta. Ooh, imagine if Blue Phoenix won that 1 versus 3. Imagine if they'd been able to convert the 5 versus 4 on the pistol round. might have been a different story, but now on to the Mac 10s and Tech 9s.
They're going to be storming, cruising for a bruising towards ramp, but look at Spavacue. He's rotated in perfectly. Here's the collateral. Casper Sky down to 16 HP. Miko's been forced off, but Permitta, they're going to take this advantage. And Miko, it's going to farm. AK up close, low HP, brought down. 2 versus 4, Young Ninjas not being able to be... They just have not been granted any space whatsoever in this round, and that theme is going to continue.
And it was a theme that started off in the last round as well. You were saying it was a bad round coming through from Young Ninjas. I agree it wasn't their best, but I think that was a great round from Permitta as well. They were just playing up to their advantages, and now that's exactly what they're doing here as well. Positional awareness, they realized where the Young Ninjas were kind of hitting in yet again, and this CT side is looking much more structured than their T side was. Permitta, they haven't used a single timeout yet, and they're still managing to actually find it back.
I mean, Permitta, like, in that first gun run, like, they got lucky they had 2 main. Like, I don't know why they have 2 main. It wasn't the fact they read into it. It was, like, they got lucky the fact that one player was spamming door and one player was holding the smoke. So, when the flash came in and blinded the player holding the smoke, the guy holding the door could then switch around, and then Casper Sky gets stuck on a wall, like...
Yeah,
I don't know.
but
They definitely felt more lucky than anything.
Sure, but I'd make the argument even if there weren't 2 players down on main there, they still would have found a double.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
So, yeah. Either way, Young Ninja's still on the advantage. They have 3 rounds up. They lost some of their momentum, but they can definitely bring it back. Not that way, though. Beanox, beautiful opening out there. Outside as well. Mass finds the second, and again... You could call it timing, but it's happened so many times in a row now. It's just Permitta finding these opening frags. Casper Sky and Silence left standing out here 2v5 now. Tough situation to be in for the Young Ninjas.
That CT round felt very reminiscent of just what Young Ninjas were doing on their CT side. Taking the timing peak in Hearts. Like, Blue Phoenix... completely blindsided. That Molotov, I didn't think he would realize that there was a possibility of a player peeking around it or behind it, and then obviously the outside play just dueled. Jakob just gets peeked into, falls, and Young Ninjas now. Silence might try and save, but he's been spotted and he's not gonna be able to get away. Mars, big round outside, channeling what Miston was doing to them.
And the tackle pause coming through from Young Ninjas, much needed indeed. It is 6 rounds in a row now for Permitta on their CT side. Young Ninjas still yet to find one onto this aggressor side of things. And how many times did we get to see the bomb planted already? Once? Twice?
I don't think it has been. Pistol round?
Pistol round, yes. So only then.
I'm not sure if it has been planted since.
They're not able to get on these sites, yeah? Permitta just denying.
Yeah, Permitta are just kind of owning. I've got a feeling there's a trajectory where this is going towards. There's a trajectory where it's going towards Ancient. I said through you were saying kind of like 4 rounds in must. I was like, oh, 3 possible. I didn't think 2. Thought 2 might be a little bit out of reach, but it's kind of the power of CT side nuke and winning a pistol round in CS2. Now, outside play, so a little bit different for Young Ninjas. We haven't seen them commit fully down towards Secret in this manner. Mars just gets dinked through the smoke onto 6 HP. Tamiko not playing the headshot angle. He's taking that first fight. He's also going to get dinked. But look, there's a second player there in Beanox. Advantage for Permitta, but HP in favor of Young Ninjas until Blue Phoenix now dies on ramp. He gets caught off guard from Spavik, who's rotated in from Hell. Really nice rotation for Permitta. Look how fast they were able to get down towards this B bomb site. Look how fast they were able to have the AWP covered towards ramp and react to this type of play from Young Ninjas, because realistically, the T side haven't actually even used those outside smokes yet, I don't think so. So when we saw that type of play, and also had the sound cues really early on, Permitta were able to react instantly, and now Can the bomb even get planted? Yes, and Tomiko gives up his life. That's one low HP player down. 2 rotating from vent. 1 coming in from ramp. Casper Sky trying to take this duel by himself. A little bit too brazen for my liking, and now missed him. The leader. An ace 1 versus 3, but won't even get past Mast, who got dinked down at the very start of the round. Still is able to support his team in that 3 versus 2.
Tech9s did a lot of damage to those smokes again. Young Ninjas really seeming like smoke menaces, but Permitta, they're just not giving up. They're keeping the streak going, man. 7 rounds in a row now, and it was getting really scary, especially when the AK was picked up for Mistem. 3 low HP players, he manages to clean 2 up. Mast does manage to take him down in the end. However, that was an eco round that deals a lot of damage, plants down that bomb, and allows Silence now to buy up an AWP with full util as well. So, if it's a time to come back alive into the game here, Young Ninjas, and want to end it off on that 2-0, now's the time. Master's already hit 16k, he's maxed it out. And early into the round, Mast is trying to take up the same space that Mistem was having on that CT side. However, the utility is just going to bombard him down to 21 HP. Space taken towards Secret as well. Mari trying to move in to main right now. It's already being covered by his teammate. A lot of outside control here for Permitta, and for good reason as well. And is that Mistem with the bomb peeking in aggressively? Oh, that's a big mistake coming through for the Ninjas. They've lost their advantage. Yokab, sure, fine. Spam. Oh, wait a moment. Yokab, way too clean. Looking in for his triple. Can he find it on Mast? He's down to 21, remember? Not that far away. Silence. Taking it outside. This is a perfect angle here for Silence. And the round has crumbled down for Permitta. They didn't expect this. Yokab on the triple saves the day for the Academy. Mari, last man standing again. And again, I don't think this time he'll be able to pull through.
I love the fact he's gone to T-spawn. And being on solo right now is actually the worst thing, because he has to make noise. He can't go anywhere without dropping. And yeah, there it is. Flashbang. Silence. Misses an AWP shot. Jakob, what a great round. He just wins it out single-handedly. But that kill from Silence with the AWP gives so much space for Jakob to work outside and finally execute Mast. First round on the board for the T side. And of course, it's the Swede, Jakob. I'm saying, and I'm standing by it, he's the next big thing for not only Sweden, but also for Counter-Strike. I really rate this guy, and with rounds like that, he keeps on just showing me why.
I definitely will say he's being consistent right now. Big individual impact coming through from him for the Young Ninja squad. I personally wouldn't say he's like the next big dong, but he's definitely, I could see him in tier 1 in a couple of years.
I mean, there's no one realistically going to be like that level, but I think Jakob is like, I can see him being within the top 40 HLTV players.
Okay.
In the next couple of years. Like,
in the
I'd
next
put
couple
money
years,
on
maybe.
that.
Sure.
There's a few players that I have, like Andu. God, that kid is good. Oh my god, I did not... Like, I've known about him for years. I can't believe... Like, people used to tell me he wasn't that good. And then, bam. He's the best player in the world.
I got the chance to play against him once into a qualifier. I swear to God, that man was just a magician on the AK, let's say, against...
He also used to play UKCS a little bit.
Well, right now, round number 21, Young Ninjas did manage to put it up on the board. Big nade indeed is going to get used. Yes, it is. Both Master and Spavak going to be taking them down outside. Bomb dropped as well, so now they know. Permitta, I've got a really good read on the situation right now. Blue Phoenix taking out skirmishes towards ramp as well, up against Tomiko. And he's been such an anchor man out here onto ramp. He's been having time and time again impact on this side of the map, and it's really been putting a dent towards these executes for Young Ninjas, forcing them outside a lot of the time. And sure, Silence finds his frag again outside. Good drop down from Casper Sky too, but it's still the 2v5 going through, and now 2v3.
This is winnable. Oh, not like that though. Silence
Say
caught
that
off
again.
guard. Big frag from Mari. Ex Casper Sky. Don't know what he can get done here. 20 seconds. Spotted as well. Lumbered spray and then executed from the side. Permitta. They let Young Ninjas get 1. They let them get to 11. However, they've also just now matched double digits, keeping it a 1-round game.
Yeah, Freddy, but look at the main threat here. The main person to look at for Permitta is Tomiko, right? He had a decent performance coming into the first map as well. He was one of the big factors as to why they were actually making that comeback real, and now they're doing it again. 22 and 14. This guy is pulling through immensely, and you would have thought it was going to be someone like Beanox, like Spavak perhaps, coming through with AWP, but it is Tomiko, right? And it's lovely to see him out here on the server again, because Permitta up against Sangal in the first map, it was Tomiko's worst rated game in 634 maps played, right? It was his worst rated performance. I'm sure he looked back on that VOD and did not enjoy what he was seeing, but now he's coming back with a vengeance, and he's seeing that Permitta are losing grip over the situation up against Young Ninjas. He's not about to let this go. He's fighting for it, and Matt is going to be opening things up as well with the spray. Finds silence, no more op. Going to be dropped. Blue Phoenix can pick it up here, as the IGL has been traded. Permitta, I would still say they kind of have the advantage into this one. Look at all the space they're trying to gain up, but Blue Phoenix is not allowing it.
I mean, Permitta have no control right now. This is maybe the one issue where they have no idea what's going on outside. They have the confirmation, though, I think, that no one's down towards Secret. But cautious. Grouped around the A bomb site. There are 3 players here, right? Now, here comes the execute. Blue Phoenix, good entry with the Tech 9. Both towards heaven. This grenade, fatal. Spavacute as well, forced behind the Mollo. Young Ninjas, this just dry contact explosion onto the A bomb site works out perfectly. Now, Young Ninjas just got to play this together. This crossfire, perfect. Jakub sends them to 12. Map and series points.
Oh, there it is. Spavak, if he played the contact, perhaps he could have made that round count, but yeah, that was really interesting. And now Young Ninjas are a map point again. They're 1 away from ending this one off, but I still can see this one going into OT. Just like the first map, where I thought it was going to be possible, Permitta make a big comeback attempt happen again, and it's like Young Ninjas are teasing them. Right at the end, they managed to actually put in their second round on onto this T side, and you just have to stay and wonder, will they be able to find their third right here and now, or are they really going to be forcing Permitta to go up to 11 and end it off in the 24th round again?
You're like a masochist. Like, yeah, I want us to go to overtime. Yeah, I enjoy this more. But Blue Phoenix, great opener. Why has he only got 6 bullets? Why has Blood got... Okay, it doesn't even matter. He just still gets the openers anyways. That's it. That's game over. What a grenade.
Oh my goodness. Second one already.
Max damage. Big util. Young Ninjas, 5 versus 2. Happy days. It's taken them a long time, but on Nuke, a map that they're not completely fond of and don't play too often, they outclassed Permitta on their map pick from the semi-finals in the previous CCT series to now going 1-1 in the main Swiss. This retake going to be futile. A few consolation frags, and Young Ninjas go 2-0 after coming in from the play-in stage. A lot of people would have not had that on their bingo cards.
No, we talked about this being a possibility in the pre-game, but we definitely favored the side of Permitta to be able to take their own map pick. Yet it does not happen. 13-10, and at the very least here towards the end on that T side, it was pretty convincing seeing them actually manage to just hit all that util, find all those opening frags, and just overall show us a really good time. Young Ninjas, I definitely say they deserve this one. Permitta tried to come back twice, and yet it just didn't really pan on out. Freddy, I enjoyed this game. I hope you did too. I thought it was really telling of what Young Ninjas can still show us, and I think it's a good omen as well for Advanced, because they will have to meet Permitta perhaps even on Nuke again.
Yeah, I think it's on the 12th. Yeah, in 4 days. I mean, they're actually doing pretty well. They're 3-0 in advanced. I think the Hell Cup result was really poor. Like, they lost to Talon 2-0. I think that was a really bad result, especially on Vertigo. And Anubis, I think like Anubis, Vertigo, Ancient are kind of their maps, so they prefer the 3. And the fact they lost 2 of them against Talon. I mean, sure, MHL did drop like 30 bombs in both maps and was just kind of insane. But no, I really enjoy watching Young Ninjas, to be honest. It's a team that I haven't got to see as much as I would have liked. So it's very enjoyable to cast them. And I think it's a team for the future and a team for the present. Because they're evidently now 2-0.
Yeah, they are indeed. And with that being said, they are going to be going into the Swiss stage 2-0 as well. And speaking of the Swiss stage, let's take a look at the remaining games that we have out here for the day, because up next in around about 50 minutes we will be having Eyeballers versus Cybershock. I'm looking forward to this game as well. You were mentioning the fact that Eyeballers are starting to play much better. Well, I don't know if much better, but they're starting to play better. And
they're starting to win a few rounds here and there, which is a start.
Yeah, exactly. You've got Heap back up in front as well. JW matching his pace. Golden is still going to be up here, but we're going to be talking about all of that once we get into that pre-game. Cybershock as well had some really touch-and-go moments, especially against Parivision. I got to cast that game back in Europe 7, and they were getting really close to actually managing to beat Parivision, who made it all the way to the grand final. So I have expectations for Cybershock as well. It's going to be an exciting BO3. I'm looking forward to it, but Freddy, if you have any closing thoughts out here for this best of 3 until we move into the next?
All good from me.
Okay. Well, you heard it from the man himself. We're going to be right back in around about 50 minutes with the pre-show for Cybershock and Eyeballers, but you guys are going to have a bit of a break until then.
Stay tuned to find out what's going to happen out here into CCT number 8.
You look into your inventory and there's only... It's time to forget about this garbage. Here you will find everything to play with really cool skins. Open top cases.
Upgrade dropped skins and turn your junk into a cool gun using the contract system. Every day, thousands of people upgrade their inventory with us. Hellcase.com. Look at yourself in a new way.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom, instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.